Hello, welcome to my channel. It has been a long time since the approval of the Inflation Reduction Act, the largest climate bill in U.S. history, was announced. However, the popularity of the act has been enduring in China for a long time. Many Chinese netizens even directly believe that the United States is increasing restrictions on China in the field of new energy vehicles. All sorts of news have been spreading for a while. One of the regulations has caused widespread discussion. The most widely circulated version is from 2024. The United States will completely ban battery components produced in China, and from 2025, completely ban mineral raw materials produced in China. However, some professionals have analyzed that the act only says that there is no subsidy, not a ban. Taking into account various factors, a piece of news is spread based on falsehoods. In the end, no one may know what the truth is, and everyone only believes what they have heard and seen. So let's take a look at the gist of this news today. According to the regulations, the U.S. government will respectively provide tax credits of $7,500 and $4,000 to consumers who buy new or used electric vehicles. It is required that the final assembly of the vehicle must be carried out in the United States, or in a country that has signed a free trade agreement with the United States, and more than 40% of the raw materials for electric vehicle batteries must come from North America. Besides, starting from 2024, any country in the battery composition that is produced in the Countries of Special Concern list will no longer apply subsidies, which includes China. Amid all the rumors, I especially noticed a piece of news that cannot be ignored. Li Chen, an executive of BYD, a well-known new energy manufacturer in China, has just surpassed South Korea's LG Energy in supply of EV batteries and became the world's second-largest battery supplier in July this year, saying that, in the electric vehicle industry, the United States is still in its infancy and is still relying on increasing subsidies to support it, while China has completely shifted from policy-driven to market-driven. He also believes that China's electric vehicle industry has been developing in constant competition for many years, mostly without rivals. He emphasized that if Tesla does not build a factory in Shanghai and relies on China's mature supply chain, there is a high probability that the production capacity will not be able to keep up. Even if the United States chooses South Korea instead of Chinese batteries, it cannot get rid of its dependence on China's battery material supply chain. What do you think of BYD's Li's remarks? Be free to share your views with us in the comment area. In fact, looking at the whole incident, like all previous incidents, it is difficult to draw a conclusion in the short term. Things are constantly being adjusted, and it's still too early to say anything. In today's video, I mainly want to sort out what level China's battery industry is currently at, and what is the impact of this act on China's battery industry. After figuring out these two issues, I believe some things will be closer to the truth. Indeed, as Li of BYD said, the global power battery industry is already highly concentrated. The market share of the top 3 is close to 60%, and the market share of the top 10 is as high as 91.2%. However, among the top 10, there is no American company. In August 2022, the Market Research Institute SNE Research released a report saying that in the first half of this year, the global installed capacity of electric vehicle batteries increased by 76.8% year-on-year to 203.4 GWh. Chinese power battery manufacturers once again dominated the list with absolute advantages, occupying 15 seats in the top 20. Moreover, among the 12 manufacturers with a growth rate of more than 100%, 11 are from China. The top 10 Chinese manufacturers occupy 6 seats, with a total market share of more than 56%, and the installed capacity has achieved triple-digit growth. CATL continued to top the list, with its market share rising from 28.6% to 34.8%, more than 20 percentage points ahead of the second. In other words, 1 out of every 3 electric vehicles in the world is powered by its battery. CATL's power battery shipments exceeded 400 GWh, covering 55 countries and regions. On August 12, the company announced that it will build a 100 GWh power battery system production line in Hungary, with a total investment of no more than 7.34 billion euros, about 50.8 billion renminbi, which is its second factory in Europe after the one in Thuringia, Germany. By the way, BYD rose to third, with its market share increasing from 6.8% to 11.8%. It has always adopted a self-sufficient model in terms of power battery supply. With the opening of external supply channels, the installed capacity is expected to go further. A few days ago, media reports said that BYD's Blade battery has been delivered to the Model Y production line of Tesla's Berlin Gigafactory. With Chinese power battery manufacturers rapidly capturing the market share of the 3 Korean manufacturers was squeezed, dropping 9.1 percentage points from 34.9% to 25.8%. The other is LG New Energy, which ranks second in the world, Samsung SDI, which ranks sixth, and SK On, a subsidiary of SK Innovation, which ranks fifth. In the top 10, Chinese and Korean companies occupy 9 seats, and the remaining one is occupied by Panasonic. The company's market share dropped from 15% to 9.6%, and the ranking also fell to 4th. In July this year, Panasonic announced that it would invest $4 billion to set up a battery factory in the United States to supply car companies such as Tesla. This is its highest investment amount in the field of power batteries. Some executives said, this investment is related to the fate of the Panasonic battery business. However, it is worth noting that the market of Chinese power battery manufacturers is mainly in China, while the degree of globalization of Korean companies is relatively high. In the ranking of power battery installed capacity in overseas markets, excluding China, in the first half of 2022, LG's New Energy installed capacity is 25.6 GWh, ahead of Panasonic, 19.9 GWh, and CATL, 16.2 GWh, ranking first. And SK On and Samsung SDI came in 4th and 5th, with 13.6 GWh and 9.9 GWh, respectively. It is expected that in the next few years, the battery industry is likely to quickly enter the era of oligopolistic competition. Just like the semiconductor industry, the labor cost and production factors are very expensive, and the market is profit-seeking. In fact, it is difficult to fundamentally solve the problem of making the U.S. manufacturing industry return against the trend by relying on subsidies alone. Speaking of which, I think of an interesting thing, that is, what kills you is not necessarily your direct competitor, it may be innovation from across the border. There is a widely circulated joke in China, that is, it is not the police, but mobile payment that eliminates thieves. Because of mobile payment, people don't take money with them when they go out, so the thief disappears. As an emerging alternative energy source, it is difficult for us to say whether there will be a new battery technology revolution in the battery industry, especially the power battery industry. Battery technology is undergoing high-speed iteration. Large volume batteries, solid-state batteries, lithium-free batteries, and even air batteries are all in fierce competition. We cannot say that the current battery industry chain has already been established. Will Americans, who have always been innovative, be the innovators of battery technology? Everything is still an unknown, and this is exactly the way of human development. and the charm of science and technology innovation. Okay, that's all for today. See you tomorrow.